Sorry about that. I wanted to actually talk to you today about a song that I wrote 25, about 25 years ago. And that's why why I was wearing this shirt today, because it's about West Virginia. And West Virginia, we're so proud to be West Virginians. And for years and years and years, well, the state song for West Virginia was The Hills of West Virginia. They sang it in all the schools and in church and different places. If you want to hear a good version of that, Jennifer Gardner, I'm sure you've heard, very famous movie star, great actor. She's a West Virginian. And she was on The Late Show with Conan O'Brien. This was years ago. So just look up Jennifer Gardner, Conan O'Brien, or Late Night in West Virginia. Put that in your search. You'll find, if you want to hear the song of The Hills of West Virginia. She did a great job. She's a true patriot West Virginian. And so, 1971, I graduated from high school. And I was on my way to Fairmont, West Virginia, where I was enrolled to go to college. Yep. And as I was driving in my car, I had a Fiat back then, Italian car. I loved that car. And I'm driving down the roads, and all of a sudden the radio come this song. It was a John Denver song, Country Roads. Have you ever heard that song? You can't go anywhere in the world and not hear that song. Yeah, I've been in different countries, and everybody knows that song. It brings a tear to our eye when we sing that song. We sing it at the end of all sporting games and, county fairs, and any reason that you can sing a song, that's the song gets fired up. So it goes like this. I'm just going to condense the words. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, almost heaven. Yeah, have you heard those words? That's the song. So about 25 years ago, I was actually down in North Carolina at a meeting at a Procter & Gamble plant. And it was just delay after delay after delay and extending. And this one guy, I don't even know who he was or where he was from, but he was doing a lot of whining and putting out a lot of profanity, actually. This is BS. This is BS. I'm supposed to be home tonight, and I ain't going to get home now. And finally, he looked over at me. He says, "Are you going to get home tonight?" And I said, "Well, I hope I am." He says, "Well, where do you live?" And I said, "Well, buddy, I'm from heaven." Huh? Where did you say you're from? I said, "I was from heaven." He's thinking like this for a second. He goes, "Where in the hell is heaven?" Whoa. I said, "Have you ever been to West Virginia?" He says, "Yeah, I've been there." I said, "Well, that's the closest place to heaven you're going to get talking like that, buddy." West Virginia, almost heaven. So the meeting finally came to an end. I don't know if he made it home that night or not. I made it home that night. I was, of course, later than I wanted it to be, but I did make it home. And when I got home, I got out my pencil and paper, and I started writing down the words. They just came to me like that in my head. It was like a divine intervention. And because it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, anywhere in the world, when you get up in the morning, and you've had your breakfast and do your morning routine, and now it's time to put on your shoes and walk out that door. A prevailing thought at some point during the day is, when am I going to get back home? Just like that guy at that meeting. When am I going to get home? So, if you know anything at all about West Virginia, you know that the biggest industry in the state for years and years and years was coal mining. And that's what fueled the American Industrial Revolution. All that big, beautiful steel made with West Virginia coal and all the power plants and on and on and on. So that was running through my head. And when you mine coal, whether you're deep mining or strip mining, you're following what's called a vein of coal. So coal is the biggest industry was. We called it king coal. It ran and fueled this state. Then we have a lot of other beautiful, beautiful places. Have you ever heard of the Hatfield-McCoy feud? It is the biggest feud in U.S. history. Two families fighting. It was a kind of an awful thing, actually. Sad. It's sad than anything. There's a great, great miniseries. Kevin Costner was the main star in it. He played Devil Anse. If you get a chance to see that, it's only 3 episodes. It's a great, great. It was on Netflix originally. I don't know if you can see it still there or not. It's called the Hatfield-McCoy story. So today, down in southern West Virginia, they have the biggest RV trail in the world. Over 500 miles of trails. It's called the Hatfield and McCoy Trails. And people come from all over the world to ride their RVs and their four-wheelers and side-by-sides. And yeah, you want to have a great, great vacation, come to West Virginia and ride the Hatfield and McCoy Trails. You'll love it. Another big famous landmark in West Virginia is the New River Gorge Bridge. Have you ever seen that bridge? It's on our state quarters. You know, every state has a quarter. They did them series years ago, and ours has the New River Gorge Bridge. I think it's still the longest in the United States, but it was the longest in the world. But I think they've built a couple others in other countries now that are longer. But it's over a mile long from one end of the bridge to the other, and it's an arch bridge, steel arch bridge, and it goes over the New River Gorge, which that itself is the newest official national park. And yeah, it's the newest one in the National Park Service. And people come from all over the world to be in the New River Gorge, one of the oldest rivers on the planet. So you had a great vacation. Come see those things. Come on the bridge in October. They shut the whole bridge down. It's a super 4-lane highway going across the bridge. But they close it down for Bridge Day. And they have like, I don't know, a couple hundred, 200,000, maybe even 300,000 people on the bridge. And they bungee jump off it and they parachute off from the bridge. And it's just a real great, fun day, Bridge Day. You can Google search it, Bridge Day WV. You'll find it. So, and one other, there's many, many, many state parks in West Virginia, beautiful ones. One of them, of the many, is called Cooper's Rock State Park. It's over by Morgantown, West Virginia, where WVU is. You'll see it. And if you want to see some gorgeous landscape in that, go to Cooper's Rock State Park and stand out there, especially in the fall when all the leaves are in full bloom and color, or full color. I mean, it's just incredibly awesome. It's just, for as far as you can see, beauty, great colors. Okay, so all those places were running through my head. And so I wrote the song. And when I originally wrote it, I called it Heaven's Calling Me Home. Well, if you didn't know what the song was about, and I just gave you the title, and I asked my friends, I said, what do you think this song is about? It's called Heaven's Calling Me Home. They're thinking. I said, well, it sounds to me like somebody's ready to kick the bucket and he's hoping he's going to make it through the pearly gates. I said, yeah, I can absolutely see that. That would be a good description for that title. So I changed it. Now the official name of the song is West Virginia's Calling Me Home. So they had a contest. I'm going to wrap this up here pretty quick. They had a contest about 15 years ago, let's say, that a lot of people said, you know what? We ought to change the official state song for West Virginia from the hills of West Virginia, which West Virginians know, but nobody else knew it, to country roads, because everybody on the planet knows that song. And to make it fair, they said, okay, if you think that you have a song that you'd like to enter in for consideration to be the next official state song for the state of West Virginia, send it on in. Ding, 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 ding. My bells are going, yeah, I think my song is worthy enough to be a contender. So I sent it in. There's only one problem. Everybody on the whole planet knew country roads. The only person who knew West Virginia's Calling Me Home is this guy. And it was locked up in my head. So guess who won the contest? Some guy by the name of John Denver. And get this, John Denver, he already has another state that a song, one of his songs, is the official state for that state. I don't think there's any other person that I know of. I probably am correct on this, but I don't know until I say that has written what is now the official state song for two states, West Virginia, and do you know the answer to the other one? We'll play the Jeopardy. Da, 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 da. Time's up. Colorado. Yeah. Rocky Mountain High. Have you ever heard that song? Yeah, that's the official state song for Colorado now. So I'm happy with Country Roads. I love that song. I sing it all the time. But nobody knows my song. And that's why right here and now, you know, I go by grandpa because I am a grandpa. And I'm proud to be a grandpa. But when you're a grandpa, most of the time, you know, you're in the fourth quarter. Let's face it. I might not be in the fourth quarter. I could be in the 2-minute drill. So before they throw this old soul in the casket, which that's another thing because I might have a traditional Viking funeral. I told my sons, just build a big fire on a little dinghy on the Potomac River and light it on fire and kick it off the shore. And there it goes down there. And people say, what's going on? There's a fire at a boat on there. And they'll call all the fire departments out. But by the time they get there, it'd be all over. I'd be in Valhalla, visiting all my relatives. So, yeah, that's to be determined. My wife and I were having discussions on that. I'll just leave it at that. So, West Virginia's Calling Me Home. Based on what I was just telling you, on more time, I just didn't want to take this song to the grave. So here, my friends, you're going to be the lucky ones. I'm no crooner by any means. Oh yeah, there's just only one last thing I want to say about it. 100% of this song is my own personal thoughts and feelings from the heart, except for the very opening line. I did take that from one of my favorite quotes of all time from Ralph Waldo Emerson. But I asked my attorney about that one time. I said, hey, can I use that line in my song? And I told him, he said, well, line from who? And I said, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Oh, yeah. Old Ralph, God rest his soul, he's been dead for over 75 years. His statute of limitations on all that stuff has run out. Go ahead and use it. So the opening line, the quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson is, home is a place that your feet may take you from, but your heart will never leave. I always like that quote. It's so true. No matter where you are, anywhere on the planet listening to this, you love your home as much as we love our home. And that's a good, good thing. So you can relate to this song if you have the same feelings towards your home. So here it goes. And this is the end of this video. It's called Heaven's Calling. No, gosh darn it. See, West Virginia is calling me home. So here it goes. Home is a place that my feet may take me from, but my heart will never leave. Home's where my story starts, and home's where it will end. Home's where I long to be. I travel far and wide from sea to shining sea. There ain't much left in this great land that I have yet to see. But of all the places I've ever been, there's just one place I long to be again. 'Cause West Virginia's calling me home. Up in the mountains, down in the valleys, there ain't no place on earth I'd rather be than West Virginia. It's almost heaven, and West Virginia's calling me home. Now no wait, messed up already. Verse 2. We have a king, you know, and his name is Cole, and his veins run deep in our soul. Hey, how you doing? All right. I'm just crooning here on the phone. So enjoy your walk. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry about that. My neighbor. I had to say hello to him. And that's what Peak is all about. Anybody can join in. So, yeah. Verse 2. We have a king, you know, and his name is Cole, and his veins run deep in our soul. You can stand on Cooper's Rock or in New River Gorge, ride a trail called the Hatfield McCoy. And how many places do you know where they actually shut down the road so people can jump off a bridge? That's why it's wild and wonderful, and if you would come, you too would know why West Virginia's calling me home. Up in the mountains, down in the valleys, there ain't no place on earth I'd rather be than West Virginia. It's almost heaven, and West Virginia's calling me home. Now here's for all you people who live anywhere else in the world. I'm sure your home means as much to you as mine, and that's the way it should be. But my home's a special place, carved out by God's amazing grace. Come see and you will agree. So I've got myself turned around, I'm heading back for my home ground, and when I see that welcome sign, I'll have my peace of mind. 'Cause I'll be back where I belong, standing there on hallowed ground. Yeah, West Virginia's called me back home. Up in the mountains, down in the valleys, there ain't no place on earth I'd rather be than West Virginia. It's almost heaven, and West Virginia's my home, sweet home. Yeah, West Virginia's calling me home. If you ever get a chance, come to West Virginia. We'd love to have you. Thank you. Bye for now.